Hello! We are about to start a new series based on some requests that you brought, and that is YouTube. How do you start a teacher YouTube channel? And today's video is before you press record. There is some work that you need to do. You need to sit down, figure a few things out, and then we'll get to next week. Stay tuned. Hi everyone, my name is Lorianne, and if you are new to this channel, welcome. Here at It's All Primary, we talk about teacher side hustles. And we've done a little bit of shifting based on what you have requested. And so on Tuesdays, we are going to be talking all things YouTube. And then we're going to continue on Saturdays with Teachers Pay Teachers, Boom Cards, Pinterest, any of the marketing or products that you want to use to help you with your TPT business. So click the subscribe and bell so you don't miss future videos. So when I was preparing for this video, I remembered that I had made a video very similar back in May of last year, I think it was, and I'll put a link to it there. I had jotted down my notes for this video, and I went back to my original video notes back from May, and similar stuff, because there are some things that just don't change. We are going to look at 5 things on what to do before you start your YouTube channel. So tip number 1 is why. Why do you want to start a YouTube channel? When I started this YouTube channel back in September of 2019, I was bored. I moved districts and I was put on the sub list, and I thought, what am I going to do with my evenings? So I had been watching a lot of how to make YouTube videos at that time, and I thought, why not? Why not? So it's really about the why. And so why was I going to make YouTube videos other than being bored? Because being bored doesn't last long once you have a full-time class, right? I realized that there were a couple of years when I started teaching that were all about subbing, and I thought maybe I can share that wisdom and knowledge on being a substitute teacher with other substitute teachers. You need to know your why. Like I said, I started it because I wanted to help out substitute teachers. I found after a while the substitute teachers really weren't watching my videos, and so then I had to pivot, as they say, and find another market. It took me a little while. It's a bit of trial and error. But if you don't have a strong enough reason as to why you want to make videos, you're going to quit. And we don't want that to happen, because you have a voice and we want to hear it. Reason number 2, commitment. How much time are you willing to commit to creating a YouTube channel? The algorithm for YouTube is somewhat figure outable. And one of the things that I've learned, and that is this: if you show up at the same time every week, YouTube is looking for you. But if you make a video on a Tuesday and then make a video on a Saturday and then you make a video 2 weeks later on a Wednesday, YouTube doesn't know when you're showing up. So make a commitment to post the same day every week. Now, if that is a little bit tough right now, maybe it's report card time. It's report card time for me. Then show up every other week. But again, same day, same time. When I first started, I was consistently posting, and then I slowed down and I try to at least make it every other week. But then fell off the rails. But since January of 2020, my schedule has been the exact same. And I have no plans of changing it. And YouTube now looks for me at a certain time and a certain day. But that's just part of it. Your commitment is about research, scripting, or writing outlines or something like that, filming itself, editing, and then uploading. So you've got a few things that you've got to be able to do, and it's going to take some hours to do it. You might want to start by blocking off 4 to 6 hours. Now, you don't have to do that all in the same day. In fact, what would be good is if you do some research maybe a week ahead of time, and then spend another day of 40 minutes roughly scripting what you want to say, and then the next day film, because filming will take about 40 minutes if you have a script ready. And again, depending on the length of your video, most videos that I do between 10 and 20 minutes take me roughly 40 minutes to film. And then you need a couple hours of editing that film, and then you've got to create a thumbnail, and you've got to put your tags, and you've got to do your description of your video. all in YouTube. So all of this takes time. So whether you can pump it all out in a day, which they actually don't recommend, because it's good just to think about a video after you've done it, see if you've maybe missed something, or while you're editing it and you see something, you can go back and quickly add it if you need to. Make an appointment for yourself that this is like a meeting for yourself, and then stick to it. If people say, hey, you want to go out for coffee? No, I've got an appointment. They don't need to know where you got your appointment. They don't need to know you've got a meeting. Do they ever ask for anything else? If I say I've got a meeting after school, most people assume it's a teacher meeting. It's usually a YouTube meeting. Tip number 3 is all about being organized. One of the things that I did probably about 3 or 4 months into my YouTube journey is I got these notebooks from the dollar store, and I labeled them because I have one for blogging and I have one for ideas for Teachers Pay Teacher products. And all my scripts and things are in here, and I can go back and I can look at previous videos that I might have made on a similar topic, and everything is right in here. And then when I'm finished my video for the week, I put this back on the shelf and I know exactly where it is. So organize yourself. You're also going to have to find how much room you have on your computer to store videos. So there's going to be some organization that you need to do. Okay, number 4. This is a big one because I've had a lot of people ask me, what do I have for equipment? And let me just say this. Do not buy any equipment before you get started. In fact, I would recommend you don't buy any equipment for 4 to 6 months. Use what you have. If you have a phone, you can make a video. If you have an iPad, you can make a video. My first almost 6 months on YouTube were made with this iPad. This iPad is 3.5, maybe 4 years old. It's not new, but I used this iPad to get me started. I had no lighting. I used a window. I'm sitting here near a window. I had no tripod. I anchored the iPad up against the window. I didn't have anything. I used the editing software that already comes on iPads, which is iMovie. I used that. It's not as much as the full version of iMovie on the Macs. It worked. I used what I had. And I don't want equipment to stop you from making your videos. I belong to a YouTube Facebook group, and there's a lot of people on there that spend thousands of dollars and they haven't even hit record yet. And I would really recommend you not do that. Make some videos. And because the thing is, you may get 2 or 3 months into this and realize this just isn't working for you. You don't want to do this. Fair enough. You haven't made any huge investment into this. And there's no guilt. You don't want to spend thousands of dollars on equipment that you aren't going to use. So make the videos. You know, the thing is, people don't really care a lot about your equipment, the lighting, everything. They care about the content. If you are giving them value with your content, they will forgive you for poor lighting, stray hair, food in the teeth, you know, they'll bad quality. They'll forgive it. I think my very first purchase was a tripod, the tripod that's sitting on this, and I will put a link below. It's from Amazon Basics. I got this recommendation from another YouTuber, and then I purchased this little contraption that holds the iPad, and so you can screw it on the tripod, and then I would put the iPad into this holder, clamp of some sort, right? And I would film that way. And I felt rich because I had a tripod. Unreal. Then my second purchase after that was lighting. Let me show you my lighting. So here are my little umbrellas. Again, I purchased these from Amazon, and I have them at 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock to avoid shadows and other things like that. They came in a really nice bag. Bulbs came with it as well, and I've played with these. Sometimes I have them facing this way, sometimes I turn them around and I get a slightly different effect. But I didn't purchase these lights until about, again, 6 months into filming YouTube videos because I wanted to make sure I was committed to this journey. The third thing I bought, so I did a tripod, I did lights, I bought a little point and shoot camera. It's a little Canon and it actually films 4K. It's an SX740HS. My alarm keeps going off. I don't know if it's going to keep going off. So then I bought a point and shoot camera. That was under $500. Then the next thing I bought was my desktop computer was too slow. It was really slow, and you know, it was a few years old, so I thought, okay. And I actually did not buy a brand new computer. I just upgraded to another level because I don't have to have top of the line. I just buy what I need. The last thing I bought was a recent purchase, and that was an extra battery for this camera, because right now as I'm talking I have a red light flashing at me and so I am right now going to turn this off and quickly change batteries. I've had videos where I've had to stop for a good couple hours while the battery's charging. That I don't have that problem anymore. I just have to change the battery. I'll be right back. Okay, we're back with a new fresh battery. But like I said, these are things that I slowly, there is a, see that? Look at that light. That light is streaming in through the window. This is why you got to watch your videos a little bit while you're filming. Now, how am I going to troubleshoot that? Okay, as you can see, I've moved angles in the office here. Now you're getting a pile of books over here, but there was a shine of light over here and it was driving me crazy because I could keep seeing it, and I figured if I could see it, you could see it. Now you're just getting some of my stuff, and this would be something besides equipment. Is part of your equipment is where are you going to film that is the least less distracting, right? I keep looking up, looking at all this distracting, because if I turn back this way, do you see the little lightning bolt happening right there? And again, the nice thing about these particular umbrellas is you just turn the angle on them and it keeps the light not too bad. But equipment, there's all sorts of little factors in that. And the last part of the equipment would be a software editing program. I've already mentioned iMovie. If you were looking for a PC software program, there's not one I can truly recommend. However, I'm going to put a link down below to Justin Brown. He is a YouTuber, a full-time YouTuber, I believe, and he does a lot of videos on how to film with an iPhone, how to film with an Android, how to edit with Android or PC software. He does a lot of that, and he's very easy to listen to. He's very clear. I leave things like that to an expert. Okay, and the last one is, let's enjoy this. YouTube is a lot of fun. I really do like it. I wouldn't be doing it if I didn't enjoy it. In fact, I've met some wonderful teachers who I met because of YouTube, whether I was watching their videos. One of my goals is to reach out to a couple of them and do some collaborations on YouTube this coming year. But the YouTube community is great. And what I'm going to do at the end of this video, I'm going to add a playlist put out by Think Media, because Think Media is, in my opinion, the experts on YouTube. And they can explain algorithms to you. And they have all these step-by-step videos. And so I have saved that playlist. And again, I will put a link down below so that you can watch it. But it gives you all the how to set it up, right from setting up a Google account, how to add your picture. It's got all those little how-tos, which I'm not going to be doing because, again, I would rather leave it to the experts when it comes to things like that. If you got any value from this video, please give it a thumb up. And again, subscribe. Next week's video, we're going to talk about finding your niche and keywords to help you. And interesting enough, it's very similar if you happen to have a blog or Teachers Pay Teachers. Similar stuff. Because if you didn't know, YouTube is owned by Google. This coming weekend's video is going to be on, it's an elaboration on a video that I made that was called 5 steps or 5 tips for marketing your TPT products. I had some questions. I'm going to elaborate on them, and it mainly the Pinterest tip I gave. So wherever you are in the world, I hope you and your family are keeping safe and healthy, and we'll see you in the next video. Take care. Did you see it? Just, you know, that lightning, it's gone. It's gone. It was there. I started filming. It disappeared. I came back.